Hey everyone, good morning. Hope you're having a good week so far. I just want to talk to you a little bit today about the difference between dynamic warm-ups versus passive stretching. Most people today, unfortunately, are still doing passive stretching before or after workouts, and that's something that actually increases your chance for injury and decreases your performance. And so we really want to understand the importance of a dynamic warm-up, which is taking your muscles through their full range of motion while also strengthening and activating the muscles into that range of motion so it's actually ready to perform. The problem with passive stretching is I can stretch my hamstrings out and hold them for 60 seconds and increase my range of motion, but I have nothing to increase my strength in that range of motion. Or I can pull my heel up to my butt and hold it for 60 seconds and increase that knee flexion range of motion, but I haven't increased my strength in that new range of motion. So if something happens while I'm playing a sport or weightlifting and I get in that range of motion I just gave myself through stretching, I'm going to get injured because my muscles aren't ready to perform in that range of motion. So we want to go over dynamic warm-ups, which is where you're taking your muscles through their full range of motion, just like you would passively, but you're using your muscles to do it. And so a good example of that is instead of bending over to stretch your hamstrings, you do a walk. So you're just walking and you're touching your toe, okay? So my hip flexors are bringing my toes up in the air to stretch my hamstring. It's called the law of reciprocal inhibition. When you contract one muscle, we automatically tell the other muscle to contract less. When I contract my triceps, my biceps told to contract less. So we can stretch our muscles without actually holding them in that position for long periods of time using the law of reciprocal inhibition. And that's something that I want to educate everyone on how to do, because it's not only going to help you decrease your risk for injury, it's going to help you perform better. It's going to help you get better lifts in, better workouts in, feel better. So I have patients say they have back pain with golf. Like, I'll give them warm-ups and cool downs to do before, during, if they're getting tight, or after they play. Same thing with tennis, same thing with weightlifting. Whatever the goal is, you can build a routine that will help you feel better with that activity. So I don't want to keep this video too long, because I did make a video of 4 basic dynamic warm-up exercises I do before and after every single workout that I do. Obviously, depending on the activity, I do some extra. So if you're doing a dynamic sport like basketball, where you're jumping and moving laterally, you're going to do some full speed dynamic warm-ups, some lateral movements, some jumping. But the videos I gave you don't have that in it, but I will go over those in the future for sure, sport-specific warm-ups. Today, I just want you to get a basic concept of the difference between dynamic warm-ups versus passive stretching, why dynamic warm-ups are better, and why passive stretching should be avoided unless you're doing it on your off days. Now, I do yoga once a week. I do it on Sundays, usually at the end of the day, so it's not gonna affect me doing a different activity. And yoga, for the most part, is an active stretch. There are some things that are more passive than others, and those are the reasons that I do it separate from everything else, because I don't want it to increase my risk for injury with something else that I do during the week. So hopefully this helps. I think the video will help a lot. If you haven't been working out, if you'll just do the video that you're fixing to see 2 or 3 times a day, I think you'll start to feel better. You'll start to feel more balanced, and then overall you'll start to feel like getting in the gym or getting outside and just being more active. So have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey everyone, now we're going to go over that dynamic warm-up that we talked about. So the focus is to really take our muscles through their full range of motion, full available range of motion that we have at the time. It doesn't have to look like me, but we're going to just take it in and then pull it out. So our muscles are actually strengthening into those in ranges of motion instead of just putting there and holding them and letting those muscle fibers pull apart and then not fire correctly while we're working out, which actually increases our chance for injury. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is a crossover with the squat. By far, my favorite exercise. Rhett Polka showed me this, the 180 system at Loveland, Colorado. Amazing if you're a physical therapist looking to advance your skills and your knowledge. Look him up for sure. So we're just going to go a crossover with a squat, both directions, probably 10 feet to 20 feet each way 2 times. You notice I'm not turning around, because when I'm moving this way, my right's crossing over my left. And when I move this way, my left's crossing over and behind my right. By far my favorite exercise. The next exercise I'm going to show you is a lunge with a twist. So we're going to lunge, twist to the outside on the way down, and then on the way back, we're going to twist to the inside. Lunge, twist to the inside. So this is what it's going to look like. As you get stronger and your muscles can move into their end ranges of motion more easily, we're going to do a full lunge. So I'm going into full knee flexion, twisting to the outside, coming up, lunging, full knee flexion, twisting to the outside. So now if I'm playing sports or doing a lift and my knee gets in this position, it's strong, stable, and ready to go. Okay? Same thing going to the inside, full knee flexion, twist to the inside, come up, full knee flexion, twist to the inside. Okay, the last leg one that I focus on to start is a lunge with a little bit of abduction / external rotation of my hip to open up the groin. So what that looks like from a side view is a big lunge, and I'm bringing the same side shoulder inside this knee while it falls out. Okay? Same thing, lunge, shoulder inside knee. If that's too much, we're going to do a runner's lunge. So you're just going to bring both hands to the ground, let this knee fall out and away, come up, bring both hands to the ground, let this knee fall out and away. Okay? From straight on, it looks like this. Big lunge, shoulder inside the knee. It's okay if you stumble. Come up, shoulder inside the knee. This gets the low back, the hip flexors, and obviously the hip adductors on the leg in the front, all warmed up actively so they're ready to go. Okay, so after that, we want to start getting some of the upper body incorporated, the thoracic spine, the neck. We want to warm up everything. Hamstrings, we haven't really hit the hamstrings too much yet. So what we're going to do to get all that in one warm up is a walkout with a push-up twist. So we're going down, we're walking out into a plank. We're going to push up, twist, push up, twist. And then we're walking back in. Walk all the way back in, come up, and then a deep squat. Butt to heels, stand up tall, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Look up, and then back down again. Walk it out, all the way. Push up, twist, push up, twist. And then walk it back in. And a deep squat. Come back up. Good. Now those aren't all I do. Those are the ones that I definitely do before anything. Basketball, tennis, weightlifting. Doesn't really matter. Those are always incorporated. And then depending on the activity, we'll change my dynamic warm-up for that day because you want to be sport specific. So if you're playing tennis, you're probably going to do more shoulder stuff. If you're playing basketball, you're going to do more dynamic lateral stuff. So your active warm-ups will change based on what you're doing, but those will stay the same, and those are a great starting point. So I hope you give those a try, make them easy, and then slowly progress as your strength and stability allows.